Hey, what's up? I got a little bit more of a voice than last time. The voice is coming back. Kind of wish my voice always sounded like this, to be honest, kind of nice and baritone, which I normally have high nasally. All right. Hey, why is the background blurred? I don't like that. Oh, shoot. Turn off the video. Let's change our background. There we go. We're here in the TV studio. I'm wearing my glasses today. Hey, we're gonna check into some stuff, and today we're gonna talk about chroma key. It's gonna be important lessons. So we'll switch over for the people at home. But I will suggest Elle and Silas, if you I just touched my nose once, if you're counting, uh, please just instead of chatting, say something if you want to get my attention. I've been noticing I'm ignoring the chat. I'll do my best to read it, but it would help me out if you just said, "Yo, Tim, I have a question." Okay, let's start as always. Anybody have anything they want to? You watched something good, you saw some content, something we're sharing with the class. Nobody watched anything over the weekend. You saw what? Shutter Island for the first time. I saw it in theater. I figured out the twist within 5 minutes. Um, and so I go to the movies with my wife, and there's always a moment where I like hit her thigh because I don't want to be like, oh, I know this. But I want to be able to be like, this is the point when I figured out the twist. So like 5 minutes in, I'm like, I think I got it. And she's like, stop doing that. It totally ruins my viewing experience because now all I have to think about is what did he see that I didn't see? But I don't know. Shutter Island seemed pretty obvious to me. Did you like Shutter Island? Of course, this is Leonardo DiCaprio starring in a Martin Scorsese film that's about a detective investigating at an insane asylum, right? Yeah, psycho thriller is a good one to say. Definitely a thriller and really fun. Oh, did you like Dead Ringers? I told you I got some good taste sometimes. Dead Ringers is directed by Cronenberg, so body horror stuff. This is about twins. Jeremy Irons plays twins, and they're surgeons, and it's kind of like another psycho thriller, I would say, right? Yeah. Anybody else see anything good? Did you like it? Yeah, I don't really haven't never played Halo, so I wasn't really an Xbox owner, right? Yeah. I'm more a Switch guy, to be honest. So sorry. Yeah. Well, I had a Nintendo as a kid, and the Game Boy, and a Super Nintendo, and a N64. Master Chief has a face. Wow. What's it look like? Does he look weird at all? He's just a guy. Does he talk? Does Master Chief talk in the thing? Is that the one where you like can like have sex with aliens in that one? Mass Effect. Oh, all right. Well, it sounds like Mass Effect's a lot better than Halo. What were you gonna say? Ooh, that guy was he didn't want us to see the typo. All right, we're gonna luck out by not seeing the typo. Did you just share it? All right, let me log in. You like misspelled and called me the wrong name like 5 times. What? Really? Yeah, you told me Mason. All right. Well, that's your character's name. It's not you, obviously. It's the character. Well, did you see I spelled angel angle a bunch of different times too? Yeah, well, my bad. Oh, Grant didn't catch that either, which is funny. All right, well, I'll fix it. Obviously, your character's name's your character. Did you like it?
I did like it.
It's gonna be fun, right? Cool. Well, we're filming that this Friday for anybody who wants to join. All right, let's check out our Ftve, which will go live today. Assuming there's no more typos.
We're just about to head in for a cooking demonstration. Let's take a look.
Okay. I was concerned there was no audio there for a second, Santi. That wouldn't be the first time either, right? All right, here we go. No shade. Santi's a good Shanchi is a great editor. Hey, my name is Matt Swan. We're just about to head in for a cooking demonstration. Let's take a look. Wait a second. Isn't it spelled Matin or how did it that's right? What I put in A? What I spell?
You've been putting O's and A's.
O's and A's. Wow, that's crazy.
You did correct multiple times on the script that you spelled it correctly. It's just there's also many times you call me Matson or Matt Mason.
Okay, well, that's a mistake. Sorry. Hey, my name is Matt Swan. We're just about to head for a cooking demonstration. Let's take a look.
And I'm here with
Jasmine Vargas.
Thank you for coming today.
Today we prepared a veg actually stew. It's a recipe for beef fresh stuff. It emphasizes a lot of vegetables in it and it's
What inspires you to come out here and show everyone what's wonderful? Who's one of the dishes?
oh man, if you see the title with this, right? I love nutrition, but I also love serving like healthy and that gives me motivation to do because really if it's in a regular skillet, it would be 30 minutes. Again, with the crock pot, it might take a little bit longer. If you put it on high, it can help reduce the time. But for the crock pot, it's going to take a couple of hours. I'm Dr. Catherine. I'm part of the Key Family Group. We put this together as an opportunity to host a help for our students, show them techniques, schools, and see how to life.
She definitely mixed it. The base was really good. I really like the mushrooms came out. It was really good. I like that. It's really good. That's amazing. I love it.
Shout out to CalFresh Healthy Living UCC East Santa Clara. We're here today with Gabriela College. It was a wonderful day. Thank you.
All right, what did we think?
Like I come closer to people.
The food needed salt. Well, it was healthy food, right? So it kind of needed salt. Well, yeah, they're probably doing heart healthy food. So trust me, if it's healthy, it's not gonna have seasoning. What else did we notice? Good, bad, ugly. Let's now remember, Santi didn't. Most of our team here filmed it. Santi edited it down into a piece for Ftve, which will go on the front page. Nick.
I just think the music was a little loud at some point. Maybe a little distracting. It made it a little hard.
Music was a little overpowering. I could see that as a critique at points. I think it kept it going. I didn't bother me, to be honest, but I get that. There's that fine line. You got to figure that out. Any other critiques? Hold the mic closer to people's mouths. Yeah, that's also an audio level thing, so the editor could fix that in post. But if we're doing it live, you really should be chomping, having them make out with the microphone basically up front. Michael.
So I don't know if it was the video player or the editing
It was the camera. Yes, it was the camera. We had one of the settings wrong on one of the camera. It happened on the live stream. So anytime we took this angle, it was set to like 50 frames per second instead of 59, like all the other cameras. So good catch. Nothing we can do to fix it, unfortunately. We're just, it was like that the whole live stream. So and we figured it out afterwards and we changed the camera settings. So it won't be like that at all. Bryce, you didn't notice? You thought it was kind of like an effecty thing, but well, it's not clicking, it's clipping is the thing. And basically it's like the shutter speed is incorrect. Like take a look. You can see, like, look how fluid these shots are versus like right there. See how it's no clipping, no clicking. Or but look right like there, right? It definitely feels off speed, off frame. So it's still kind of cool effect. It's what happens if your shutter speed's incorrect. You're taking in less light, so you get this kind of drop frame effect. Any other thing else to note? This is going to go on the front page of GAV-TV this evening. So we're getting better. We're learning. That's what it's doing. And speaking of GAV-TV, let's check in with like what we always need to check in with. Any comments at home? Yes.
We use the same camera for the camera with the interview, and like I don't think we ever changed the settings on it. So
maybe it's not the lack of movement might be why we're not noticing the clipping as much. The fluid movement tends to be where we're going to notice it the most. Was I sharing the screen at all, people at home?
You were not.
I was
did
not.
No.
Great.
I actually do have a relevant question though about GAV-TV.
Sure.
I saw, I think it was on the Canvas page, a link for like the GAV-TV filming schedule,
Yeah.
and I didn't have access to it.
No? Did you
No,
click
it said I
and
needed to
request
request access to the doc. Yeah. Let me go ahead and fact check that real quick and reopen it, but
Ask for access and I'll give you access. I've noticed
Okay.
how many of you, but by the way, that was my way of figuring out how many of you are looking at the doc. So far, one person has asked to see it. So pretty important. Yeah, I do show it to you. So, but it's just a reminder. It has all the information. Probably ask for access because it'll be good and I'll give you access. All right, here's our filming schedule. And notably, this one's going up. Our basic needs is going up. Notably tomorrow, Tuesday, 11:45 to 2 p.m. Call time will be 11:15. Daniel and Maston. 11:15 call time. 11:15, okay? You see that? I need to make it bigger. Half an hour before, Geronimo's gonna bring you the equipment. Basically, I want you to shoot it as B-roll. It's gonna be B-roll and get a lot of people being there. Now, this is the last time I'm going to do this. I'm going to encourage, especially you two, oh my gosh. Filipino. Okay, there we go. Where's the flyer? Okay. Everybody, look at this. Notably, Maston and Daniel. So it's going to be in the courtyard of the theater. If it's raining, it'll probably be in the theater. So note that it's supposed to rain right now. It's not supposed to rain tomorrow. So hopefully no rain. Geronimo will have the camera and equipment, but we're showing up a half an hour early in case Geronimo forgets. And then we can get that and remind him. All right. There's going to be people eating Filipino food. Filipino pottery and entertainment. That's what we want B-roll of. And also, Maston, you're gonna go and ask people, would you be on camera? What are important things if we're all producing this piece? What are important things to ask? What's the most important thing to ask? No. That's least. Well, not least. That's second most important. But yes, ask if they want to be interviewed. But then they're on camera. What's the first and most important question? Say and spell your name. Spelling is important because everybody has names that could be spelled different ways, right? So, hey, hardest question. Can you say and spell your first and last name? Boom. Then we know our qualifier. It makes Santi, it makes it easier for Santi to font them and get no typos. Okay. Also, everybody in this course who wants to be there, Daniel, Maston, sign up right now. Get your phones out. Do it right now. Scan this QR code. This is free food. If you're going to be there, at least come and sign up right now. They were in the cafeteria. I was just at the cafeteria. They were walking around asking, they want people to sign up because they're giving out free Filipino food and chicken adobo and I don't know the list, but they showed me a picture and it had like 10 things on it. It looks awesome. You saw it? Good. Well, sign up and register. So yeah. If you register, you're guaranteed a plate. That's the thing. If you don't show up, they'll probably give it to everybody who's registered and then hand out the rest of the food to people who don't register. It's important. That's how they know how much to prepare. Okay. Notably, they're going to have a guest speaker. If you can get interview the guest speaker, that'd be cool. If not, no problem. And you can ask any GAV staff that might be there who will be serving and stuff. Say, hey, we're GAV TV News and we want to interview you about the event and why it's important. So what are the questions about the event that we should ask if we're covering any event and we know nothing about it?
Where are we, or who, what, when, why, where, how?
Yeah, the 5 W's, right? Who, what, where, when, why, and how is the 6th one. How? Yeah, dip, duck, dodge, and dive. Yep. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. All right. So, can you tell us about today's event? And remember, complete sentences. Today's event, because you might not be in the piece, but you will be in the piece. Because also I want to stand up, right? And it's good to film the stand-ups at the end, because then you could be like, you know what the event is like, and you've heard the interviews. What? So what's the stand-up? So looking at the GAV TV, this is a stand-up. Stand-up comedian's a different thing. In news reporting, a stand-up is where the reporter's on camera looking at the screen. So I would do a stand-up at the beginning and the end of the piece as well. You ended it great. I liked you talking about the food at the end, but yes. Same exact time, yes. So it'd be like, hey, I'm Maston. I'm here at the Filipino Heritage Month Appreciation Celebration here at Gavlin, or whatever the proper title is, which you'll have heard them say a bunch of times. What's interesting is when you did this stand-up, I know I said it wrong in class enough times that you said at El Centro. So we actually edited your stand-up to take out some of your words because it was incorrect after the event. So it wasn't at El Centro. It wasn't put on by El Centro. It was put on by the health wellness person at GAV. Exactly. So I'm not saying it was your mistake, but it was my mistake. So part of being a good reporter or when we're in these environments is listening and making sure. We might have an expectation from the person who sent us out there to do it, which would be me. I'm your producer, I'm your news director. But if I give you wrong information, it doesn't mean you go with the wrong information when you're there. I'd rather get right information, not have to edit it. Make sense? Okay. So this is the next possible one. If you want to come and be part of the crew, 11:45 to 2. I am going to show up at 1. So I'm also going to tell you, Daniel, shoot B-roll. You can shoot some of the person speaking, but we're not covering it like a live event. You don't have to shoot the whole thing. We're spraying it. Now what spraying is, we're going to show up, shoot things and get interviews. We need to have enough B-roll to cover the interviews. Okay. So if you do 20 interviews, which is a lot of interviews, you need enough B-roll to cover it. And so just think like, what if you shoot the interviews and they're like, oh, the food was great. We want food. Oh, it was cool to see this pottery. We need the pottery. Oh, the speaker was awesome. We need some B-roll of the speaker. That's all going to be the thing. Okay. All right. Next filming opportunity. Santi, are you available the 24th? From 5 to 7 p.m. in the parking lot here at Gav in the evening. Unless somebody else wants to shoot this. This should be a fun one. This is the trunk or treat. So it'll be kids in costumes. Trunk or treats are people going to open up their trunk or treat. You want to both do it? Five to 7. So our call time would be 4:30. Anybody want to be the reporter? Don't have to do a reporter. We could just get interviews and have people on the side. You don't have to be on camera. It's different style interviews. I will, the 24th is a Friday. We hope so. What is the 24th? Let's check it out. I know it's a Friday, but let's see what we're filming that Friday on the 24th. Does anyone remember? I think it's going to be Honey. That is the one I wrote about the dream and the guy making out with his mom. Yeah, that's what I write. Film production schedule. All right, let's look at the film class. 24th is Honey. Looks like the 10 a.m. call time, but it's gonna be at Grant's house. So what we need to do is, at least if we're not done by 5 or 4:30, 2 of us will go, or 3 of us. I and 2 of you will go to cover it. Okay. Trunk or treat. As the shoot's been going, and it's like a 4-page script. If we're there from 10 to 5, we've done something wrong. We should be done by then. Okay. Daniel's dropped the red on the ground and we're upset. So we'll make it work. Okay. Yes. Great. Bryce is a reporter.
I can make it for the trunk or treat as well.
Awesome. See, we're going to have a ton of people. You would be fun to be dressed in Halloween. So you want to be a reporter, you want to be dressed up in your Halloween costume, as long as it's not, because there's going to be little kids, as long as it's not too scary or too creepy. So I don't want you to be like, who's like Freddy Krueger, famous pedophile, right? Don't, but you could be different. So maybe the It Clown is a Pennywise isn't good either, but so anything else would be good. Can we what? You could go trunk or treat yourself and get candy. I think it's open for everybody. Okay, and then Silas said so too. Oh, great, I'm messing up. All right. All right. Looks like we got a plethora of people. All right. And then remember, we're going to start filming football, volleyball, promo for the film showcase, and our semester is coming to the close pretty quickly. Okay. I want to talk about one more thing. Let me stop this share. Any other questions about Gav TV news? Okay. We right now have until Sunday to do our project, right? Our dialogue list project. Great. Notably, we have 2 people filming. If you don't have a dialogue list project, I suggest helping out on one of these 2 shoots, unless you are confident in your own abilities. But tomorrow, Phil,
Yes,
what time tomorrow, Phil?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. 10 a.m. here in the TV studio. Phil will be filming his dialogue list piece. Phil, do you need crew members? Do you have people volunteered? Who's showing up tomorrow at 10?
I know Isaac is, and I know Geronimo's supposed to be.
Geronimo will be here
I don't
too.
know if he's gonna be busy with the other event.
We'll have to sign up for that. So are there other people available or interested? Okay. Anybody else?
Until it's done.
But if you want to do 10 till your call time, that would be great. Daniel is an excellent DP and could help you out. And if there's no audio, right? So the 2 of you would be great. There, you have a crew.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to sign up? You get your opportunity. Remember, when you submit it online, you have to submit it for each person. Because I don't know who's taking credit for what. So if you don't submit it, there's that. Okay, that's tomorrow at 10. Call time's 11:15, Daniel. So you got an hour and a half or 15 minutes. Then on Wednesday, Maston's piece. Maston, you have a crew or you need more people? What time? It's during this class. If you're showing up to this class, you could participate and get credit. Okay? I'm going to be lecturing editing next door. But if you want credit, you could do Maston's piece. And then we need editors as well. So if you want to edit these pieces, that's great. Questions or comments about the dialogue list piece? All right. Should be good. No pressure, of course, except I am giving you a due date, right? All right. Last thing we do until we get in today's lecture, which will be chroma keying, which will be an editing and a practical lesson today. Let's go into our module. We are getting 1 week away from the next project, or where this week is the dialogue list is due. I want you to know that your next project is an audio project. All right. The audio project is students required to create an audio only project. So showing proficiency with audio recording and editing. Projects may be an audio play or podcast, or I'll give you other options. You could re-Foley something. You could ADR a whole piece like we did in the 16 class with the Black Knight. But a podcast or a audio play. I've had people redub anime. In fact, oh, I wish I had that. I'll find that one. I have a scene from Attack on Titan where the student revoiced every character. I just want to know that you have ability with audio. We build after each other. Due dates, November 9th. Okay. Now that is for only 17, 18 people. If you are in 43, you have a green screen assignment. Now I have it on the 26th. I'm actually going to move it and make it the same date. So we're going to talk about green screen assignment today. Okay. So it's basically learning how to chroma key in editing. As an student editor though, if you'd rather do the audio project, they're worth the same amount of points. So if you don't want to do green screen, you could do the audio. If you want to do the green screen and not the audio, in fact, I'm giving everyone the choice. You can either choose to do the chroma key project, which is heavy editing, or the audio project, which is also heavy editing, but more focused on designing audio. Does that make sense? Two options, so you can pick. And I'm going to make them both the later due date, so November 9th. Okay, in fact, I'll drag it down here and I'll update it for everyone. We'll talk about green screen assignment at the end of the lecture. Yes, Bryce. Yeah, I'll show that next class because I'll have to find it. I for sure can't remember. Would it be on their YouTube? Oh, by the way, speaking of, Phil, you said you wanted to show that. All right, on the front page, the easiest way to get to Gav TV News is right here. You scroll, you know what? We all click iLearn and we never go down. You scroll down, here's Gav TV News. Click on Gav TV News right here. It'll open up our YouTube channel. There's our Gav thing. 113 views. Wow. Oh, look, one comment. Yeah, that's pretty. The soccer one. Okay, but here you want to find it. Basically, click right here where it says Gav TV. It takes you to all our Gav TV content. If you click on videos, you'll see it has all our videos. But if you click on the live, here's the live cooking demo, the full cooking demo. Now, end of day today, I'll have uploaded the next one. And it'll be live on the front page, which is what we just watched, the shortened version. But yeah, that's the short way, or at Gav TV is how to find it on YouTube. Make sense? Aiden, you good? Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you were like, oh, I'm out. All right. Okay, let's talk about chroma keying. Who knows what chroma keying is?
Chroma key is just taking a green screen image and color background.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Daniel, you want to say anything else? That's it? That was a great example. So chroma keying is the removing of color. Now, what do we know about chroma keying? What should we do if we're chroma keying? What's the best way to get good chroma key? Tips, tactics. Tim, I don't know. I've never done chroma key before. Great, let's do some chroma key and then we'll talk about how to edit it. So I want people to get up, pull that away. Let's move stuff away from the green screen. And we're going to turn on the green screen. That's a good guess. They won't get up and get excited or anything. Lots of opportunities. Hey, people at home, I'm going to switch to the other camera so you have a better view. Oh. Of course. Anybody want to learn the lighting board? Go with Jason right now. Here, Jason, you got my keys. All right, let me make sure. Oh, cool. It's one of them. One of these three. All right. That's just an output. That's the problem. I need my adapter. My voice isn't as good as I thought it was. What if it just stays like this? Be pretty dope. Heck yeah. Mm. You know, yeah, rough.
Hey, Tim, I have a random question, or not random, but I have a question about the dialogue free.
Sure.
Is that just dialogue free or is it like silent?
It's not silent. You should have music. You should have
Okay.
Foley.
Music like sounds of like actions too.
You can
So
have, yeah, you can, that's Foley. You can have actual like composed music, you know, and like make a music video or something like that. A dialogue list is not a silent film, and silent films even add music, right? So that's the point, is you don't have to rely on a script. You can just tell the story without having to do that, if that makes sense.
yeah, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Got it. Great question. All right, so far this camera's not working. So give me a second to figure it out. Let's see. Should give me this and say, hey, accept this USB. Hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's these things right here. So we have another one.
All right, so the light panel. Okay,
Could you turn on 88?
so if you haven't seen the light board's up in your control room. The light board is a grid. If you
Yeah.
notice, if you look at the lighting grid above us, there are rows of power that have numbers. Every number refers to another input that we could put a light up here. We could have ultimately, I think, 100 lighting sources. Or 70, yeah, there's more than 72.
108.
There's 108, and there's actually inputs down below here too, which you note, like these fluorescent lights here. The fluorescent light does what? It lights up the chroma key. The chroma key is important because it's also called a green screen. Used to be a blue screen. Why do you think it's this color? Rare. Furthest from our skin tone, it's rare. It's a color that doesn't happen in nature. And it's ironic that today, but most people don't wear this color, right? This isn't a normal color that you see in the wild, except for today, where D'Lo is literally wearing chroma key green right now. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So this is the color chroma key green. Now it's called chroma key because chroma means color and key means the removal. So it could be any color. It doesn't have to be this color, but we choose this color because it's the least like it. Now, what's important to get good green screen or good chroma key is to have even lighting around your subject. Now we use these side panels to help accent, to give it more light behind. But where would I stand in this situation? If we're filming me with this camera? Where should I stand? Good?
Oh,
No.
no.
Why not? My shadow's on the wall, right? So here's what's important. The best way to get the best green screen is to have the color be as consistent as possible. And what does that mean? Well, Tim, it's all the same color, right? No, the way that the light hits it is this is a brighter green than say that green up there in the corner, which is a darker green. So you're trying to get the chroma key to be as even as possible, which also means I'm going to cast a shadow on it. Okay, so let me step forward. Is my shadow casting on the wall there? No. Okay. Looking through that camera, how do I look? Bad. Why? I'm backlit. Yeah, I'm not lit, so we need a light. Let's get a Godox and set up a light. Jason,
Yeah.
need a Godox. Well, let's leave that light. Jason's gonna bring a Godox. In fact, bring two. So it's important that not only do we light our chroma key, we have to light our subject as well. So that is why getting good chroma key is hard, because you need enough space to be able to light that. If you don't light both, your character is gonna look dark, but your screen's gonna look good. Or I'm gonna look good, but he's gonna be inconsistent. The less work you do to make your chroma look good, the harder it's gonna be when you're editing. We'll take a look. We're actually gonna do some chroma key. Two C, there's one right there. Let's set up the light. Huh? Sure, let's use that camera. Let's do the Canon because we need it.
You have your Zoom, right?
Huh?
You have your Zoom on? Okay.
No,
That was on the Sony.
the thing isn't. It's no, you know what it is? It's I don't have the right adapter. I have a do you have media?
I think so.
All right, so we'll just take some time to set up some lights. I think we're good. We'll pull it out in just once we film some stuff. I'm on. Thank you. No, I appreciate the effort. So the spectrum of color is a big deal. Now, the thing to remember also is once we get into our editor, do we need that wall to be completely green? No, depends how much we're chroma keying. And in fact, what's most critical is what's around our subject. And thinking about the framing and what is going to have the chroma key behind it is going to be really important to get that even chroma key. Now, if it's a wide shot, we need basically everything to be green. Even like if we're doing a full wide shot, we actually have fabric that comes down and we can chroma the ground as well. Now getting it perfectly even is harder. It's harder that way. But let's say we're just doing a cowboy shot, this up. So I have them in my pocket. One of those three. I don't know if we have the softbox here.
Yeah, just not.
We don't have a softbox here. But what we can do is we can put on the fusion here.
Missing this. Also, unplug it from that and turn it on, and it's going to explode.
Can you toss me a C-47?
Yes. You want a big one or a tiny baby?
Put the
Too
cone
tiny
on.
baby?
Put the cone in the C-47. We'll make big. Sort of minor changes. That box always hangs. Right.
Hey, what is the Zoom screen?
What'd you say?
It's,
What, Daniel?
AC lighting?
Yeah, what about it? No, I'm not gonna plug it into there. I am going to do this.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna plug it into here. Plug it into that. You're right, plug it into that camera.
Yeah.
Let's just get it over here. Here, you plug it in and then I'll get closer.
Might be a little blind. How bright do you think it should be? I put it at 30. What do you think?
Well, let's get the subject standing there. So it'll be me. Let's hold on a second. Yeah, zoom. We can move this closer. Is this attached? Is it exporting? What's going on? Retrieving data. All right, you see it. Okay, let's go over here. Zoom. Okay. Wow, great job. Nice shot. Good frame. All right, how do I look as far as lighting goes?
Yeah. Striking.
Cool.
I'm at 110.
Hundreds. What do we think about 100, everybody?
So what do we go down to?
Hey, what's also notable about 100 is look at our green screen. Look at our chroma key. Oh, look, I got a shadow. I got a hard shadow. So that means this color where my shadow is a different color green than the green around it. So when I pick my green, it's going to change it. In fact, leave it like that, Daniel, and hit record. Please.
Yeah.
All right, this is me. Green screen. Also, I'm wearing green, which is going to be fun. Okay, that's enough. Cut. Okay, it's also notable. So then let's fix the shot. Am I too bright?
Yes.
What else can we adjust in this shot? Change the back. How? Come and fix them. That's actually what this is. These are meant to do. They're to kill my shadow. But these lights are not stronger than that 100, which is burning my retinas. So we should probably adjust that. The other thing that I'm doing to trick you all right now is what's really important about good green screen is I'm standing here and casting a shadow. What's another way that I could not cast a shadow? Walk forward, back up.
Back up.
All right. No, walk forward. I still have a shadow, but look, it's less harsh, right? Look how hard, so hard and soft, right? We're going to talk about this. The shadow's harder here and it's softer there, which means it's more dissolved. I still have a shadow. So what can you do is you can still adjust the lighting on it. And I would say probably now that I'm closer, it looks better too. At least what we're recording here, I'm probably not casting the shadow. Do I hit record on this one? Number 2. All right, but what's the difference? I'm closer probably now, right? And I'm moving and I'm doing talking. And if I go like this and I want to point, yeah, look all over here, look at you, I'm going to go like this. We'll look at our chroma key and how this does. Cut. Okay, so I'm closer. So now that I'm closer, you can also adjust the lights on me so that maybe it's not so bright. I don't know. Maybe I don't need to be so bright and blinded. Let's try to make it better.
Did 25? Okay. Don't worry, down 25.
Does it affect our chrome key? I still have a little bit of a shadow. We are not seeing it on the monitor, but let's hit record again. All right, number 3. Now we need to know, okay, so this is why this is going to be. This is why as it goes. Oh, look, you can make it wider. Yeah, what if I want to see more of my body? Okay, great. So now we're recording this. Is this a good chroma key?
No.
Well, I don't know. Let's record and see. What's the problem here? Well, look, there's a light in my shot. There's a light over here. We can see the TV, right? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, what we're going to learn is really anything in the shot doesn't matter except what I want in the shot. So if we're just trying to get me chroma key properly, we really need to be concerned with the level of green that's around my body and around my hand movements. Now, the way I move my hands are going to matter because if we're chroma keying and I move my hand and I put it in front of this light, That's gonna be a problem. We're not gonna be able to chroma that out. So we probably move this over here so it's out of the shot. We probably move that one so it's out of the shot, depending on what my movement is. See, am I dancing? Am I
grab my
walking? Am I run? Oh no, there's a dinosaur. Okay, all right. You have to think about what is gonna be my range of motion. Cut. So the chroma key is all about the better setup we can do and prep for it, the better we're going to be. You can see that like, it looks pretty good on Zoom and it looks pretty good on our monitor, but let's go ahead and take it on there. Okay, Daniel's gonna set up, Daniel, let's set up a good shot. You're gonna give me a good chroma key, the best option that we can do. And realistically, if it was just a close-up of my head, it'd be a lot easier to chroma key than my entire body. But the range of motion is going to be important part. So, oh, I'm falling, you know. Let's hit record. Okay, number 4. Okay. Oh, I'm falling. Oh, splat. Okay. So there, that is something. But what's notable too is if I walk onto the chroma key. Oh, hey there. That's a Shrek reference. Okay. Let's cut. Cool. Let's talk about this then. Let's pull the media from there. Let's strike these lights. And I am going to ingest that media. We're going to do some chroma. We pull the media, please, Daniel. And the HDMI cable, please. The media is in that camera. You don't know how to pull the media yet? A fun learning opportunity. Let's turn off the camera first. Does anybody here know how to get the media out of the camera? You got, oh, Daniel's got it. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Hot, hot, hot. All right, let's ingest this media. Everybody see up there on the camera? All right, if you need to move to C, move to C. We won't mess with the chroma key for a little bit. Actually, will someone go up and strike the chroma lights as well, please? If you want to learn how to do it, now's your opportunity. All right, let's grab some clips. We want them from today. Let's grab them all. Okay, I'm gonna go in here. Let's go file, new folder. Let's go Gav. Oh, dang it. Okay. All right, well, I'll start transferring it. All right, all those little bit of clips are 21 gigs. Fun on a bun. 7 minutes. All right, while we're going, let's talk about, while we're waiting on that, let's talk about this. So what is the green screen project? Well, this one's a fun one that we do in our editing class every year. And where did I put it? Okay. That's the assignment. Let's see, did I leave it? Okay, so right here in week 7, which was last week, we have green screen footage. This right here is a list of possible green screen opportunities that we give all the editors. Playing around with some lighting up there. So these are all clips of properly, you can see on YouTube. You can either in class film yourself on the chroma key like I did. In fact, today would be a good opportunity, or I give you some YouTube links of already chroma keyed. And these are some proper chroma keying here. So what I would suggest is I've shown all the editors clip grab. We're gonna go into our clip grab program. The voice is losing it. All right, so let's go to clip grab. All right, that's bouncing. While it's going, the document on our Canvas shell will have these types of green screen right there, woman on phone. I'll show you the fun ones that people like the best. Here you go. You don't even know how many videos I've seen with this. All right, dancing alien, cool. All right. Oh, here you go. Oh, SpongeBob's gone. Okay, so Crash Bandicoot, right? Well, what's fun is Grant originally put this list together, and Grant named that Animated Fox. Not familiar with Crash Bandicoot at all. So, who is, of course, a Bandicoot, right? You can see the ones I picked. Here's okay. Oh, hello there. See, that's the reference I made. But I will tell you what's notable about Shrek. What's different about all the other ones that we've watched? He's on blue. Why do you think he's on blue? Because he's green. Hey, that makes sense. So lots of opportunities to pull from stuff. There's the Titanic. We'll talk more about it, but essentially the green screen project is I want you to put together a green screen masterpiece. That means you could film yourself on the chroma key and put yourself into something. You could download all these elements and make something together. We're gonna watch how, yes, Kellan. You already did it. What do you think I'm gonna say? I mean, I think you would benefit from doing it again, but do you think I remember yours from last year? I'm just gonna tell you right now. I speak for me and only me, but Grant feels the same. We don't care if you double dip. I want you to, but I do appreciate you being honest with me. See, if you tried to like trick me and it was something I recognized, that would make me angry. Well, here's the thing. This is what's gonna make me angry. If you try to trick me and you fail and I realize you're tricking me, that will make me mad. But if you trick me and I actually get tricked, I'll never know. I'll be like, oh, mad respect. I actually had a student turn in a project they said they filmed. Well, actually, they did film it, but they just stole somebody else's complete script. But they didn't tell me that. Like, honestly, if you're going to refilm somebody else's script, that's great. That's fine. But they went ahead and like turned it in and acted like they had invented it. And then like 2 semesters later, someone's like, hey, I was watching this. Look, they completely stole this. I was like, what? Okay. But they had already graduated. So they tricked me. So I respect the trick. But it's your own benefit, honestly. If you just want to pass the class, you can take 1,000,000 points extra credit. The fall showcase is coming up. You get 100 points for coming. You get 50 points for bringing somebody. You get 250 points for having something in the fall showcase. So make a really cool green screen thing, turn in the fall showcase, and you get 250 points. That's 1/3 of or 1/4 of the whole class. You don't have to do the final. Huh? November 22nd. It's pretty soon. That's the fall showcase. The spring showcase is in the spring, and the spring is where we give out the Gavies. Well, it has to be good to be accepted to the fall showcase. I'm saying, if you make a cool, like Santi and Dilo made a piece that most likely is going to be in the fall showcase. And it's the one that we watched for the class, their dialogueless piece. So if you want to make something cool for, I'm going to look at all your dialogue list piece and I'm going to tell Grant, these are cool ones. Let's submit them. And then the governing board who gets together and deems what's in the fall showcase, me and Grant, will decide what gets to be in the fall showcase. We want to include as many students as possible, but it also, we're just not going to show anything. You know, it's got to be, if we're gonna make people sit through 2 hours worth of stuff, we're not going to torture them at some point. Huh, Daniel? You'll not see that one, but we will watch some from the 10-day film festival in the fall showcase. That one will not be shown, and I'm being recorded right now, so I don't want to talk anymore about it. But it's not fall showcase worthy. Too long too. I'm just saying, you have the opportunities to make a dialogue list piece. You have opportunities to make a cool green screen piece or your PSAs. Those are all things to get in this fall showcase within time. All right, let's go into Premiere. Any other questions? Yeah, I'm a Premiere Pro, all right. It's offline, all this stuff. Okay. File new project. All right, editors, you all know this. All right, let's call it Gav. Let's call it CHROMA. Uh-oh, speak of the devil. Grant. Fall showcase. Grant's here to talk about the fall showcase. Yeah. Grant, the things that they do in this class, can they submit it to the fall showcase?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Woo! Thank you, Grant. In fact, anything you work on or have worked on that hasn't played in the showcase can be submitted to the fall showcase. So that's something you did on your own and you think it's worthy, show it to me and Grant, and we'll let you know whether or not it's acceptable. We have 2 hours that we have to fill and are limited to film. We never go over 2 hours because people start getting tired, right, Grant?
Especially in the fall.
Especially in the fall. So if you don't make it in this showcase, you're more than welcome to submit it to the spring showcase. I'm going to tell you right now, the spring showcase is harder to get into than the fall showcase. Significantly harder. Why is that? It's the cream of the crop. It's the ones that are the best. Sometimes ones can air in the fall and will be good enough to be in the spring as well, to be considered for the Gavi Awards. Our Gavi Awards are no joke. So if you want to get in, we're also like, Santi, you're going to have morning dove for the fall?
Saturday, November 22nd.
You got a couple of weeks and it could run twice. I mean, that one, if it's good enough, you got great actor in it. You could get into the spring as well. So I know we'll watch it later, but let me finish my lecture. Thank you, Grant. I think that we were just talking about the fall and spring showcase. Yeah, well, everybody here will get extra credit if they come, right? So you could skip a project, which I don't want you to, but you could definitely not take the final, which is good.
How would one go about submitting something for?
You would say, yeah. Well, I was going to make up a whole thing. Basically, if you film it, turn it into me in this class, I'll say like, that's awesome. And I'm like, Grant, look at this. And Grant will be like, let's put in the fall showcase. So, but yeah, but I'm hoping what you film on Wednesday will be worthy.
I kind of want to edit it myself just because I know how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you're an editor too. So you definitely, as long, what's the due date, Grant? When can we no longer accept anything else? There you go, November 10th. That's generous. We have to print up flyers. We have to put together the whole piece. Are we going to Zoom it this time or is it only in person? Only in person. Be there or be square. And they'll be at SS 214 which is the lecture hall. We film there before, and we'll have snacks. Yeah, all the fun stuff. Bye, Grant. Thank you. Yeah, thought he'd never leave. Okay. All right. Any questions? All right, let's import our media. I'm gonna go into my folder. Oh man, my voice. All right. Let's just go back. We imported the. Let's import untitled folder. Okay. So the little doodad, which is our media file, it's a CF Express card, which is what goes in the cannons, is being here, which is the card reader, which is basically connecting it to the hard drive and turning it into a hard drive feature. What I did then was I went here in my folder and we can see Canon A, and I went into contents and clips. I selected all the ones from today, and I basically transferred it to my exterior hard drive, which I should have named folder 2. But now if I rename it, what's it going to do in Premiere? Editors? Yeah, so let's call it CHROMA. All right, which will break our links here. Look, locating media. It's all screwed up because it's looking for untitled folder 2. I'm going to tell it to locate and display exact names only. No, I want to display a new name since I named it that. I named it. What's up, Geronimo? That's not what I named it. I named it CHROMA. Let's say okay. And in fact, it's looking for that file. So if I go into CHROMA here, oh, look, it found that exact file, which is me. Geronimo, get ready. I didn't really dance. I fell. Did I do any dancing? Kind of do like this. We just shot it right now. This is a new one, Geronimo. You've seen this lesson before. Okay, let's do file, new sequence. I'm gonna open up my sequence. Let's pull in our chroma keys here. Let's change the sequence settings to match. Okay. Okay, great. All right, let's hide this thing. Okay. So we can see this is our first one. Notably, looking at it, what do you notice? Well, look, the different colors in green. I don't know how well it reads up there on the screen, but this is brighter than this is darker, and this is much darker. So let's talk about how we do a chroma key. Really simple in Premiere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to move it up one layer. Okay, why am I doing that? Because I want to put a layer behind it. It's going to be where we're green screening me into. What do we want to put behind me? Shrek Swamp. That's. Do I have it saved on my? I absolutely have Shrek Swamp on my background. Okay, so let's just do Shrek Swamp. Okay, I imported Shrek Swamp. It's all tiny. Remember, control, scale to fit frame size. All right, it's a different area, so we're going to go into our effect controls. We're going to scale it up a little bit more. Did it not go? Oh, is it glitching? Yeah, going slow right now. Probably because, okay, there we go. All right. So the goal is to put me, Tim, in front of Shrek Swamp, my dream. Can anybody tell me, just looking at this Shrek Swamp, which Shrek it's from? Mad respect if you got it. It's forever after. You could tell because it's got the little kids right here and the kids' playgrounds and stuff. Geronimo would have never known. Okay, so I dragged and I put it under this chroma key footage of me. But look, I'm not in Shrek Swamp. I'm standing in front of the green screen, right? So how do I get rid of it? What's one of the words I've been saying a lot? Chroma key. Now in our effects, we went through all the effects editors, remember? One of the effects I said, hey, we'll look at this effect on a different time, was this one called keying. So I'm going to click on keying and it gives me alpha adjust, color key, luma key, track matte key, and ultra key. They're all different types of chroma keys. We're just going to just mess with ultra key today. So I'm going to click and I'm going to drag it onto my layer right here. Now within the layer, let's go into our effect control. And what's notable is here's our ultra key and the key color. It gives me the ability to select a color, or notably, eyedropper tool allows me to go around and choose any color within the item. Where do you think I should pick in this green screen? Closest to me, excellent. Closest to me, but look, my shadow or my not shadow? What do you think? Let's try not shadow. Let's click right there and say, okay, whoa, what do you know? The ultra key has kind of made it okay. There I am in Shrek Swamp. I look pretty happy, right? Do you think that's good? Do you? It's okay. What do you? Yeah, right. I'm a little what?
You're a little bright.
Well, we can call it, we'll talk about that in a second. But notable, we're watching a still image, right? Let's make a video. All right, we're at full, let's make it quarter, okay? And notably, did any of you notice, here, let's check it out right here. I'm gonna make it, oh, here. I'm gonna make it full screen again. Let's pay attention. I hit play. Okay, there we go. We're moving. What are you seeing? Oh, the shadow, right? It comes as noise. So noise right there, most notably when we were zoomed in, it was a lot more noticeable, but you can see a lot of noise up here. And you can see around my fingers. Look at this right here. That is some spill. Remember, I'm standing super close to the wall right here. And notably, there's going to be spill that affects my entire chroma keying. We actually did a pretty good job chroma keying. We should have turned off the light and then see what it looks like. But why do I use myself as a subject? But you can see these shadows here. Now, we can fix this. Even though it was not the best chroma keying, in fact, it was pretty poor chroma keying. If we click on here and we go, all we did was select a color. Now, what's notable is, what if I choose a different color green? So what if I choose this darker green? Let's see what happens. Well, it's pretty much the inverse. Look, there's a clean chroma key here, but everywhere else where it's lighter, it kind of gets this haze. This is, and look, remember, we're watching large files being processed and Zoom is happening on my computer. So we're actually stressing my computer to its max. But look, we can see this fog. So that's why it's absolutely key, no pun intended, to choose the color green that's most represented and around our character here. So we're going to choose that. That means we have less to clean up. Now, how do we clean this up, Tim? Well, easy. We're going to go through and we're going to look at the other options we have here. Now, the first one that I want to note is we're going to look through all of these different options. Okay, transparency. Transparency is how much of the green that we've clicked on become transparent. If we say 0, anywhere that was that color green now becomes this color gray. All right. So it's not really chroma keying anything. It's just changing. We're changing the color green to the color gray. And notable, look at the shadow. The shadow has green elements to it. So that's the range of green that we're not getting rid of. All right. Now what happens if we do 100% transparency? Man, that's how I would love to be in CHROMA. Just be a piece of it. Well, it's drawing 100% of that color green is drawing everywhere, like even the green pixels that are in my natural skin. You can see that only like the dark parts, my hair, my glasses, my shirt are there. Is that good green screening? No, maybe I'm going to be like a ghost effect or something. That's something to mess with. But what I can do is I can actually go through and kind of finesse where do I get transparent and not transparent. Now, notable is 45 is about the good tolerance. It's going to be the default's 45, but can we push it a little bit more to 50? Let's go to 53 and see what happens. Go. Yeah, there we go. Go. It's pretty decent. 53 is pretty decent. Now, I was hoping for a more dramatic shift where it's like, if it's like, okay, 73, we're going to start to see my oh.
That haze on the left, is that part of the scene?
That might actually be sun shining through the scene. But like this haze over here isn't, and you can see the shadows still. But the more transparent I make it, the less the haze is obvious. Yeah, this is part of the actual shot. But what's notable is I'm transparent, right? What? I have alpha. We're in matte generation right now.
Yeah, that's it. So you can clean up your.
Absolutely. This is the alpha, the whites and the blacks. So it's showing us what's being chroma key. And here's actually all the haze that still remains there, right? And there's me. Jason, of course, is like trying to teach something that's an hour away, but there's also color change, okay? But we're in composite mode where we actually see the effects. And look, I'm too transparent. When I move, hide floating media. You can see the Shrek stuff behind me. So you need to mess with the transparency enough. See, that is making me see through, which is extremely distracting. So let's go to 50 and say 50. What's notable about that shot too is look how much spill is giving me these white things around my hand. So let's look at the other stuff. Highlight is the amount of light that level that we can come in. So we can actually bring in more or less white light, which would help there. But notably, if we make our highlight more, which is bringing up more white level, we're actually causing more haze. Because if we click here, watch the difference between the green level. It's subtle. Here, let me just make it bigger this way. All right. It's subtle with the highlight, but you can see the green actually changes up here. I almost never mess with this unless, if you shot it properly, you almost never have to mess with the highlight. Now the highlights are the whites, shadows are the black. We can make the shadow harder or not. Again, let's hit our chroma here. You can see the shadows. Look, if I cut down all the shadows, it's almost completely gone. Cool. So let's take a look. Well, that's not entirely true. I'm starting to lose some transparency here in my hair. So this is all little finessing, like, oh, we can get rid of these shadows. But realistically, tolerance is how much green screen we're letting in. It actually changes the pigment or the tint. But pedestal. Now, pedestal, I think, is the number one thing I always use before. I would undo everything else we've done and just do pedestal. Now, pedestal is a tool that basically tells the computer this is the range of greens to do. So when it's pedestal 10, here, in fact, let's get rid of our ultra key and let's add a new ultra key. It's right here. We can do a lot with just the pedestal. So look, I'm gonna choose my color green right there. I'm going to go to my matte generation. I'm gonna pedestal all the way up. All the fog instantly goes away. I'm going 100%. So basically it's saying like from this range to this range of green, let's eliminate. Why would that be? In what situations would that be a problem? We can see for the most part, we would clean it up a little bit better, but even with my hair fidelity is there. Let's see my hand, notably my hand. Still got a little bit of that spill on my hands. So this is what's called spill. Now, part of the problem is I'm standing too close to the green screen. When you're too close to the green screen, what happens when you shoot a bright light at a color? Well, shadow is if you shoot a bright light at something and it blocks the light, that makes a shadow. But yeah, light refracts, right? Like, okay, sorry, this is the science mode of video production. A bright light's gonna hit, the light rays are gonna hit an object and then bounce off. So the clear white light is gonna come out of our light. You strike one of the lights and point it at the green screen. Go turn all the way up, please. Okay. What's notable is the super bright light is hitting the green screen and bouncing green light off of it. Where do we see green light that's bounced off of the green screen? The floor. The floor is definitely not black anymore. Where else do we see it? Look at the lights, the LED standing lights that are turned on. From my angle here, the LED or the not the fluorescent bulbs look green. See? Yeah. And Bryce, go stand over there. All right, go back closer. Okay. Look at the side of Bryce's head, especially in the shadows. Bryce, turn this way. All right, yeah, you can move around. Look at the shadow, his shadowed side of his face. It is getting bounced from the wall and casting green spill. That is what spill light is. It's the premise of what our bounce cards we do. But what color do we use our bounce cards to be? White. So it bounces white light into somebody's face. Okay, great job, Bryce. Strike the light, please. So here we pedestaled up. Now we can actually like mess with the shadows. As you can see, now if I mess with the shadows, watch my hair. My hair basically goes away, right? The finesse goes away. You can either add more or less. I'm actually not going to mess with that. We actually can do now what's matte cleanup. The choke. Look at this. I turn the choke all the way up and the spill goes away a little bit. But also, what happens? What do you see? 0 to 100. What do you notice? It's kind of evenly reducing the layer around me, the elements, the pixels that are around my face. My face gets a little bit thinner. Look, there's full Tim. Do you see it in my hair? Watch, my hair gets thinner. We actually are like just cutting off the layers that have spill. This is something that is worth looking at. Now, depends how much you want to lose or not. But let's look at another feature. So that's choke, soften. Soften makes the hard pixels around the light softer. So we can most notably see is look at the spill right here. And let's soften it. And look, it's almost completely gone. We've cleaned this up a little bit, but it has made my fingers a little more soft in focus. Contrast. Contrast is going to be the dark and the light. We've really already dealt with this, so it's not going to feature that. Midpoint is going to be the midpoint of our area. Again, really watch the perimeter around me. As we do more, we reduce more, and it's basically cutting away. It's getting rid of these elements. Hey, my dudes, maybe you guys go up there. Yeah, if you got, I mean, it's totally cool if you're having a conversation. I just, it kind of distracting me a tiny bit. No worries. I'm not mad. I ain't mad, but please go up there. Okay. We have also spill suppression. These are more ways to get rid of it without reducing the amount of hair, without reducing the amount of tim that's in the piece. So let's like turn these all back to 0, and we can see all the spill that's in my hand. Now, spill suppression is we can desaturate it. Okay, so if we have a lot of green, if you desaturate the color 100%, it makes it black and white. Why would I want to do that? Well, now I'm a cool picture. But what I could do is at 0, maybe I could find a good medium area where I'm taking out the green a little bit. Again, I almost never use this. I'm just going through everything. Okay, range. The range is the color range. And these are fun ways that we could make pink tim or mess with a different, basically changing the tint. The Tim's tint, okay? Here's the spill. Now this is good. If I take the spill all the way up or down, doesn't really do much. And then our luma is the white level. You can see we lose some from the hair. Basically, we're cleaning it up. And then we actually even have color correction, which we can color correct the image within here. Now, I'm going to saturate my color, which is going to make me more pink. But look, makes the green more noticeable. So maybe I'm going to try to mess it up more here. Okay. Every little bit's going to adjust if you color correct. I'm going to change the hue. Oh, look, now I'm the Hulk. All right, now I'm not the Hulk. Now I'm Avatar. Cool. But look, the green changes the pink, basically. Luminance. Going to glow. All right, you want to be Gladriel from, there I am, Gladriel from, what's that thing? Thank you. I could pull Gladriel. I couldn't pull Lord of the Rings. What the heck? All right. All options to mess with it, right? But in my opinion, if you're going to do color correct your image first, then chroma key it afterwards. All right. Questions about Ultra Key? So Tim, so that was a bad chroma key. Let's go work on this one right here. Okay, cool. Let's see what this one's going to be like.
What happens if you want like the image in the background to have movement?
Oh, that's a great question.
Or if you want, like,
Instead of Shrek Swamp, yes. Just like anything, let's choose some video.
you quickly say to be chased by dinosaur, what if you won't actually have a dinosaur?
Okay, great. All right. All right. Blippy, run. All right. Here, we need dinosaur running at camera.
Uh, 60 minutes, dinosaur chasing the ASMR. Need some ball.
360 won't work.
Our ASMR interrupted by Tyrannosaurus Rex roaring. I love that.
All right, I'm doing like too much here.
Scores, ambience, cracking ice, and waves crashing ASMR, ocean wind, every so often broken, or every so often interrupted by.
Can I share my script and you Uber?
All right, okay. I realized I don't like the Jurassic series, so I'm gonna go with something I like, Phantom Menace. Let's do the Battle in Naboo. Wait, you don't like Phantom Menace?
I'm not the biggest, I didn't really care about the battle.
I can think of, I don't know, 3 to 6 movies worth of Star Wars that's the Battle of Naboo is better than. It's better than all of Andor combined.
I like that they are the only weapon, most weapons that the Gungans have is just like movies.
Boombas.
Movies.
No, Boombas.
Movies and.
Not blue buzz, Boombas. All right. You still got a Boomba? All right. Bryce, okay. You like the youngling murder? All right. Okay, we got the Battle of Naboo. Let's put me in the Battle of Naboo. I was not at the Battle of Naboo, but the Battle of Naboo happened a long time ago, very far away. So I was not there. Rumors are not true.
I was not on Naboo that day.
I've also been there and saying that.
All right, so here we go.
Oh my god, might have been singing his what's the song? White Hair.
There I am meeting Jar Jar. I died at the Battle of Naboo, everybody, by the way. It's too bad. It's canon. Okay, notably, our spill isn't that good. Phil, that's what it looks like if there's stuff happening in the background. Essentially, you would just put the stuff in the background. Now, once we're moving, what do we notice? The best green screen, and I bring up Star Wars Phantom Menace because Star Wars Phantom Menace has some of the best use of green screen ever created in filmmaking. And not just Phantom Menace, the whole prequel trilogy was a green screen, blue screen bonanza. But George Lucas pointedly and he designed chroma keying in a specific way so that he joined actors and sets to the made up locations, right? The computer generated locations. There is a reason why the CG in Phantom Menace looks better than 90% of all Marvel movies now, because they just put Robert Downey Jr. on a green screen and then figure out what's going to be there afterwards. So that's why you can point to many really crappy green screens in any of the Marvel films, right? Like there's that famous one in like half the movies, right? Like there's the Ant-Man. There's the one in Star Wars where the guy is walking on the street. Not Star Wars, Spider-Man, where the guy is walking on the street and it looks fake as hell, right? It's because they're not even shooting with a camera angle with the intent. George Lucas not only planned the camera angles, but he built sets that would be in front of the green screen, would be lit properly. You know what's another good film that does green screen properly? Avatar. Speaking of blue, Avatar has some of the best CG still today. I saw a meme where it was like, or CGI in 2000, it looks all boxy and gross. CGI in 2010, it's Avatar, and then CGI in 2025, and it's all boxy and gross. It's the same image as the first one. It's because, you know, George Lucas or James Cameron can spend all that time and money. George Lucas could spend all the time and money. Just because you can do it doesn't mean it's good, right? CGI is hard to pull off. Yeah.
So like a movie like Cool World or Roger Rabbit, is that like green screen when you combine animation?
That's more, yes, it's a combination of green screening and rotoscoping, which rotoscoping is going through and cutting a character out to be into the cartoon, right? So Roger Rabbit or Cool World are intensely insane planned shots that then they either animated over or they put the character green screen into that world and planning it. Good question. All right, let's try to put this Tim into the Battle of Naboo. All right, already notable. What do I do? Editors and everybody? Ooh, that's a good point. So when we're chroma keying, if we use Ultra Key and we choose the green, oh, look, there's the, oh, right. All right. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to go to my matte generation. I'm just going to pedestal it up and look, solve 90% of the problem there. All right. There I am talking to the battle droids. Roger, Roger, indeed. Okay. But our problem is, oh, you know, there's these lights, there's these mops. How do we get rid of all that stuff? Well, easily. Let's use our Ultra Key here, and we're going to use a feature which I showed you called crop. Why isn't it coming up? Where's my crop? It's in image control, I know that. So let's go. No, there should be one just called crop. There it is, transform. Crop, let's put crop in here. Okay, with crop, I'm essentially going to delete everything in the image that I don't want. So first and foremost, I can just go through and I can crop that much. I'm cropping from the left. I'm cropping from the right. I'm cropping from the top. All right, and we solved 90% of the issues. Now what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to go in and scale my image to be the size of the Tim that I want. Great. Perfect. Are we happy with it? Done? Hit render? Oh, should we watch it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So what we did is called a garbage matte or garbage crop. So we're basically deleting all the information that we don't need. So let's say when we were in the last shot and we had, when we're in this last shot right here. Yeah, let's get rid of the Ultra Key. Let's do the Ultra. Wow, really bright there. Good job, Daniel. No, I was kidding. I wanted it to look bad. And you did a great job. Great job getting it bad. Excellent job making it look horrible. Okay. So my key, in fact, you know what? I'm just going to search Ultra Key because I'm lazy.
Kind of off topic, but when you're movie like Star Wars with all stuff, the Jar Jar Binks isn't really there, so you have to see if you're gonna act right. Take your 10.
Right. So motion, they did do motion capture for, well, it wasn't motion capture back then because they didn't have motion capture technology, but I will always love to talk about Jar Jar. So,
I just use them as an example.
well, he's a great example. Jar Jar Binks on set of Phantom.
If the actor, he's not really there, so the actor.
They had the voice actor there on set, and this is what he looked like. So he was there to do the acting on set, and he wore this hat, so Liam Neeson knew where the eye line was. Now, in modern filmmaking, they do motion capture. Most of the apes movies, which have pretty decent CG, have motion captured apes. So it's people walking around wearing suits that have X's on it that are references for when they then do that. Avatar is exactly the same. All of the characters, the Navis, are all motion captured and then put in post-production. So the set of like Avatar Way of Water, there's like one human character and the rest is all like CG people. Or what they do in bad movies, sometimes it's just a tennis ball and they tell the actors to look at the tennis ball. There's no reference because they don't really know what the character is going to look like yet. So that's how you can tell good or bad. Or like in the Marvel movies, they have them all record. Look to the left. Now do the same take, but look to the right. Maybe you're talking to someone else. Okay, look down. Maybe you're talking to Rocket Raccoon at this point, you know, and they even have someone who motions captures Rocket Raccoon, or at least they did. Yeah. The motion capture. It's all white and X's and stuff. Yeah, cool. All right, I'm almost done talking for today. I just want to showcase this. Yeah, it's almost shut up Tim time. But what's notable, what I wanted to show with this, if I'm doing this and I have all this fuzz and garbage man out there, and let's say I have to deal with all this fuzz and my pedestal is not working because I really didn't have a good chroma key, what I would do is just use my crop. I love Jar Jar. He's goofball. Top 100. I'm gonna tell you right now, Jar Jar is not the worst part of Phantom Menace. All right, so you can see I used my edge, I used my crop right here to get rid of this. It's basically saying a garbage mat. My character, Tim, is never gonna walk over there. So I can not worry about these edge crops. Now let's go back to this case scenario where it's actually shot a lot better. But look, my arms are being cut off there. My arms are being cut off there. So what can I do? Well, looking at my crop, my left, I can bring now I know that's about as far as I can go to the left. Now to the right. Uh-oh. But that's a problem. Still cutting off my finger. But the light is there. What can I do? I'll add another crop. Or what I could do is this. And this is where fix it in post becomes a nightmare for us editors. Because let's get rid of this crop and add a new crop. And remember, I talked about the pen tool. We can draw masks. So what's a mask? A mask is actually, I'm going to cut myself out and using the mask right here, I can make many points. I'm going to go here. I want to complete my mask. Oh, sorry. I got to zoom in a little bit. I'm gonna go 800%. Oh, that's too much. Let's go 400, too much. Let's go 200. Okay. Now I'm going to use my hand tool. My hand tool is going to move, should move the image. What's going on? All right, that didn't help. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Okay. Hand tool should move the image. Okay, I'm gonna zoom back in. Maybe it's just freezing on me. That could be the case. Okay, well, let's just imagine I did it right. We'll talk. I just don't want to waste time on this, but basically I can affect, okay, that made it better. So now I have made this. Now let's see what happens. Let's crop it. We made our mask. Let's crop it all the way to the left. Oh, dang it. I cropped myself out. Shit. Why would I do that? Well, let's invert it. Okay, cool. Look, I inverted it and I automatically got rid of the light. Perfect, right? No problem, right? What? Bryce, why not? Oh, I said it with my credulous tone, right? Well, yeah, there is a problem. What does video do that still images don't do? It moves. All right, so let's move like one frame. Uh-oh. If we look there and we click off, look, we're starting to lose my fingers there. But what's great about our masks and great about Final Cut is if we hit this little thing that says mask pack and we toggle this stopwatch, what does the stopwatch do? I know I've told you this before. It turns on keyframes. And keyframes are, remember when we did a dissolve, we keyframed 0 to 100 and we made it slow. Well, mask path actually will keyframe frame by frame the mask. So look, that frame versus, right? Now let's go this. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's make it so my fingers out more. So watch, now that let's scrub forward. We can see that the mask is adjusting. Watch, see how the keyframes move? So essentially, what we could do is we could draw like a million little dots around my entire body and cut everything out without, if we didn't do a green screen, we could do frame by frame, get rid of everything behind me. And in fact, in fact, we could do a mask no head or all head. Right? Looks like my head doesn't move very much, but let's add another dot. Roger, Roger. Okay. So, but if I want through, I could go through and follow it. This is rotoscoping. This is what they do frame by frame to garbage mat out things in Marvel movies. You want to know why there's 100 million people who work on a Marvel film? It's because it's somebody's job to move something like Iron Man's mask has to be properly put every single frame. The Hulkbuster segment took someone 8 months to do. Just that one segment, 8 months of their life. Okay. So this is garbage masking. This is what we can do in Chroma Key. You can see we can move it around and everything. But realistically, if I'm going to draw a Chroma Key, I need to take into account my hand's going to move, or part of my body is going to get cut off. And realistically, you have to know that when your subject who's on the Chroma Key here, okay, let's say, okay, I want to take this Tim right here. Let's imagine it's a perfect chroma, but I want to put him standing full screen with these guys. And you know what? Let's just do our crop a little bit. Oh, did too much. Let's do the right crop. All right. All right. But what we can also do is remember we can scale it. So let's add more Tim. And then let's crop from the left. Okay. Let's imagine that's perfect, but oh, I want Tim to be taller. Let's move him up. Uh-oh, what's the problem there? I don't have any legs, right? Because I'm at the bottom of the frame. You can't, whatever leaves the frame is gone forever. So like my hand was leaving the crop, I could bring back my hand, but because we didn't never recorded anything beyond my feet, there's never going to be any feet there unless we CGI it on. Okay, makes sense? That's the basic idea of the Chroma Key project is you can film yourself or you can download one of the many clips. Like for example, here we go. I've always wanted to see Shrek at Naboo, right? Let's do our clip grab here. Computer's going slow, everybody. There we go. Let's grab that clip. I'm going to put it right here in my folder that says Phil's PSA for some reason. All right, it's going to go. Notably, it's going to be 720 by 60. So those are all frame rates and file sizes that we need to take into consideration. Let's bring in Shrek into the Battle in Naboo. There's Shrek. Again, we can right click and say scale to frame size. Let's, what do we put on Shrek? Get rid of the blue. What's it called? What's the one that I've been using? Ultra key. This is in Premiere. There's lots of keys, but I like this one the best. All right. What's great about this is it's a computer file. Do you see any different variants in this blue? No, because it's like a CG Shrek on a CG blue. I can select anywhere. Holy geez, look. Shrek's standing with the wait, I'm gonna get it. They're the Trade Federation. I was trying to remember their alien name. I think they're like Pneumonians. Is that right? Yeah. All right. So look, Shrek's got a pretty good. Let's watch Shrek in space. Woo! Except what happened? Yeah, but look, he got clipped. So what do we need to do? We need to put Shrek on the edge of the frame. Now we can see. Oh, Shrek, he ascended to heaven. Oh, all right. Any questions or comments? I'm going to be done talking for now. I'm going to give you opportunities to think about your Chroma Key project. On Wednesday, if you're not filming in class, come over and we can do your Chroma Key project in class. We'll be practically editing over there. Otherwise, let's use the rest of the time in class to work on your projects or pre-produce your stuff and or talk to me about something coming up if you want to, okay? Anybody on Zoom or at home? I'm gonna stop my share. Silas is still there. Any questions, Silas?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, good. I'm
I'm
glad.
good. I got worried when you started talking about aliens again, though.
What? What about aliens? I don't get it. What? About having sex with aliens. Why is that a thing? I mean, that's a thing you can have in that game, right? Yeah. I mean, never played it. That's the only thing I know about that game is you can like do with a bunch of different races, right? All right, fine. Sorry, I wasn't gonna. That's ridiculous. I would never talk about the Trade Federation or the Gungans like that. That's just wrong. Mass Effect. I don't even know what the aliens look like in that. Do they look like humans? Are they like, do they look like Gungans? Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna stop recording.